The Bible is a really important book. It's full of wisdom and advice. As Christians, we believe God inspired the words in the Bible. This means it's super important to study it and understand what it teaches. The Bible helps us live in a way that makes God happy. It gives us direction every day. By learning from the Bible, we grow closer to God. How do you think the Bible's teachings apply to modern life? Lots of us celebrate holidays like Christmas and Easter. These are special times for families and friends. But it's good to ask ourselves, do these celebrations come from the Bible? Christmas, for example, started with old winter festivals that weren't Christian. Easter, with its bunnies and eggs, also comes from non-Christian celebrations. It's important to know where our traditions come from. We should make sure our celebrations honor God. Christmas, Easter, and even Sunday worship have origins in other gods. Tammuz, a god mentioned in the Bible, has a birthday on December 25th. Is it likely that Christ's birthday is the same day? Do you think our modern celebrations align with biblical teachings? Don't worship any other gods besides me. This is the first commandment which God gave to Moses on Mount Sinai. It's a really important rule about putting God first in our lives. But today, it's easy to put other things ahead of God. Our jobs, our stuff, even our worries can become like idols. We need to be careful not to let anything take God's place in our hearts. What are some modern-day idols that people might not realize they have? We live in a world where everyone wants lots of things. We're always told to buy more, have more, be more. This can make us forget what's really important. Jesus said it's hard for rich people to get into heaven. He wasn't saying being rich is bad, but he was warning us about caring too much about stuff. How do you balance material desires with spiritual values? The Ten Commandments also tell us to remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. The Sabbath, originally Saturday, was a day for rest and worship. It was a time to connect with God and get ready for the next week. But over time, people stopped observing the Sabbath on Saturday. Do you think observing a day of rest is still important today? A change in tradition from Saturday to Sunday. Today most Christians go to church on Sunday. This change happened slowly. Several things caused this shift. One reason was that Christianity grew in the Roman Empire. Sunday was the Roman day of rest. Why do you think the day of worship changed from Saturday to Sunday? The early church and the Sabbath. Early Christians, many of whom were Jewish, still observed the Sabbath on Saturday. They also started meeting on Sunday. This meeting became a big part of Christian worship. How do you think early Christians balanced their Jewish traditions with their new faith? Honoring God today. It's clear that Christian practices have changed over time. But the main idea of our faith is the same, to love God and love others. How we honor God today is a personal choice. The important thing is that we try to follow God's plan and live in a way that shows His love. What are some ways you honor God in your daily life? What really matters? As we think about these things, let's remember that God cares about our hearts. He wants a relationship with us, not just for us to follow rules. Let's look for God with open hearts and let His love guide us. What do you think is the most important aspect of your relationship with God?